There, what are you guys up to? That is I, Mike Martins, once again. Big mix up in the world today. It's all on purpose, though. For those of you that don't know that this was a planned strategic move, pawns on the chessboard. Shoveling snow this morning. I was up early, so I mopped the floors here in the store. Big mop job here in the store. And took out the garbage, washed the dishes. Yeah, and shoveled the snow here at the store too. Shoveled the snow at the store, shoveled the snow at home. So I'm a busy man. So what's everyone up to, man? What are you guys doing? In this crazy, mixed up misunderstanding. They're gonna play this off as a misunderstanding soon. Watch, because they're 2022 will be the year of the protest, and that's what a lot of world leaders are in fear of. Big snowstorm in Kentucky. Oh, be good, be safe, Pamela Page. I hope you're prepared. But here we had a snowstorm last night, and it's just really bizarre weather we're having. I want to thank everybody for Mike of the Night last night. Episode 410 on Odyssey was really good show. It was 2 hours and 10 minutes, but we got 5 or 6 callers on. I'm in Australia. This Novak situation is huge embarrassment. It is. It's going to start unfolding. And the problem is these public sector workers, like that facha bruta there, that really kind of fatty looking lady, you know what I'm talking about? The health minister or something in Australia that was deplatformed or had to resign over corruption and fraud investigation, and then they put her in the transportation sector. So, like, what has to happen is I think a lot of these people that are being shuffled around in different ministries need to get their money and open their own business if they want to start dictating to other people how things are done. See, I own my own business here, and I sell toys. It's nothing extreme, but we all have 24 hours a day saying it's my birthday tomorrow, so I always expect some shit to go down, and it's bad too. Well, happy birthday. Sam is saying, yeah, so that's what needs to happen. We're going to have a big reformation of government, and what we need to do is, one, it needs to be, again, we need to go back to a proper paper ballot system, non-electronic, no mail-ins. And another thing, unless you're in the military or some shit, but then once you start doing mail-ins, one vote could be a million. So you got to be really careful. So it has to be, and people need to report who they voted for. I think transparency needs to be there, because if everybody votes for one person and the other person gets in like usual, like it's been happening, there's no point. There's no point. So there needs to be some sort of democratic solution where it's very transparent, and we should be living at a time that if you vote for this guy, you're not considered a racist or a criminal. But we saw what happened during the whole 2017 there with Donald Trump. Anyone that went in favor of him was considered first they said he wasn't going to win. And then, you see what I'm saying? And then he ended up selling himself to the dark side, right? So we got Spark Drive here. Woo, thank you. Good morning. Having some tea this morning. I'm having some apple cinnamon tea. I'm on a very bizarre diet lately, guys. I've been fighting back the cravings to overeat. And what I've been doing, you're going to see, hopefully you'll see a huge change. I've been eating a lot less. I've cut back on eating like 70%, 60%. Yeah, that's how much I've cut back. So hopefully you'll start seeing a little bit of a change in my more of a healthy, vibrant look. Let's Shoes Cobbler. Royal Bank just told Rebel News no bank loan. We don't like your political opinion. Yes, it happened to me too. Like when I back in 2019, you know, we've been talking about what's been going on this channel since 2010, and then the channel got taken down, and then in 2012 I came back, and then a lot of my videos from 2012 are gone, like housing and this and bullshit are gone. I'm over 5,000 plus video. I'm at like 5,800 videos, right? Exposing the BS. I went to the bank here. I was $30,000 shy of I was $30,000 shy of buying a big corporate building, like a building here in town. 30,000 I need. The banks won't touch me. I go because I'm gonna pay the rest in cash. Oh, but what if I don't make a payment and then you guys take the building, take my deposit, and take whatever? No, I said I could. You could use my house as a lien. Like I have, my house is free and clear. I don't have a mortgage. You could use that for the 30 grand, and then I could put the rest down on the building. No, we can't give you that. It's too high risk. So, never been bankrupt ever. No gaps on file, and no credit seeking. Nothing. My credit score last time I checked was 836. Or 820, 830. It was in the 800s last time I checked. It's because I just don't really carry. I pay off my debt if I get debt, So hi from Righty here. 10 16 degrees centigrade there. I think it's plus 16 where he is at. Where is that? Right. So we got Fort McMurray minus 33. Yeah, yeah. It's like it's only minus 8 here, so it's not that bad. It's only minus 8. I got out, shoveled the snow at home, and then I shoveled the snow here. I mopped the floors, guys. See? Look at that. Mopped my floors, took out the garbage, washed the dishes, and, yeah. Just taking care of business, Oh, Saudi Arabia capital. Arabia Saudi. Yeah, Saudi Arabia's in a big mess now with Yemen. I think America's getting weak right now, and I don't think America's going to be backing up any of its allies anymore in the Middle East. I think there's going to be trouble. I think it's going to be a lot of trouble in the Middle East. There always is. I mean, the Middle East has had trouble since the time of Moses. So it's not like it's something that, and that's one of the oldest regions and civilizations on the planet. The Syrian Empire, they're mentioned in the Bible. Syrian Empire, the Egyptians, the Ephesians, the only ones that exist today, I guess, would be from the Bible would be the Jews, the Syrians, like cities like Damascus, are in the Bible, right? So you got to keep that in mind, right? Like these are old civilizations, and they've been at war for a long time. Cabbage soup, eat all you want, you'll shed the pounds. My mom used to make cabbage soup, a Portuguese version of it, very spicy there. It's okay, Mike. No worries. The troubles are coming everywhere. Yeah, we have our own set of troubles here in Canada. It's turned into this very broken state of depression because people have been following all their lives, and now some people are waking up and they're starting to realize that they've been had, that they've been misguided, Egypt is not part of the Middle East. No, I'm talking about like that region, that whole region area in the Bible, like Israel, Egypt, the Egyptians is what I meant. The Syrians, right? A lot of these civilizations existed in the Bible, is what I'm trying to say. These civilizations are old and they've been at war for many years, this is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, a lot of people feel duped. Woo! What's everyone up to, guys? What are you guys doing? What do you guys tell me? What are you doing? I'm here at the shop. I don't open for another 45 minutes. I said, you know what? I did a lot of chores today. I'm doing a live stream. I want to reach out to you guys. I want to know what's going on. Mike of the Night, guys. Go to Odyssey. 410 was a good show. Last night we had a good show, but I need you guys to share that Odyssey streams. Go back, maybe share episode 400 and let people know the drama starts at 400. Because if you start watching Mike in the Night from 400, if you want to start fresh, like with more up-to-date stuff, 400 is a good one to start at. Just resting after shoveling. Me too. Here, I'll show you guys what's going on here. This is my neck of the woods here. So I got salted, ready to go. It's a beautiful day. It's quiet though. Look at the storm coming from that side. You can't even see the mountains there. You can see a bit of the mountain there. You can't see the mountains there because the storm's coming in. And that's it right there, guys. So there it is right there. Okay. There's my lamp. It's really sexy. And there's my famous Scarface picture. Just, it's a pretty cool shop. If you're ever here in town or passing through, come and visit me here. Yeah, Monica's saying, looks cold. Oh, it's cold. It's cold. But you got to be tough. Like, this weather has made me tough. It's made me really, really tough. It's made me a lot tougher. Big time. Say hello to my little lamp, says Lead Shoe Cobbler. Yeah, too much snow. It is, guys. It's what's happening. And then what the media wants, what the paid... Who here has paid media in their country? Who here's got paid... Do you guys have... Is your media... Our media is bought and paid for by the federal government at the federal level, right? Who here has, like... Who here has bought and paid for media in their country? Let me know. Because I know Canada is bought and paid for, like 100%. The main media. Muzzle Flash. Hola amigos y banditos. Who's got bought and paid media where they are? I know Mexico, if you're in Mexico, the news is different from if you're outside of Mexico watching what the propagandists are trying to tell the rest of the world. It's a little bit weird in Mexico. When you're in Mexico, the news is different from the news that they're broadcasting to the world. France for sure says N. Yeah, but I'm not okay. Same thing here in Saudi Arabia. We do here in California. But I'm saying that I'm talking about like all your media. Our mainstream accredited media, I know in Canada and New Zealand and Australia, are all 100% bought and paid for. The accredited. Like you go to the States, you got Natural News, you got all kinds of different news outlets. The Gateway Pundit, no, as weird as they sound, Zero Hedge, they're still getting a message out, right? Yeah, MSM is all bribed, yeah. Yeah, because in Canada, they openly admitted that the media was basically, it's bought and paid for in Canada. It is. But when you go to YouTube, right, when I go to my YouTube here, it actually doesn't tell me that the Canadian, if I go to RT, if I go to Russia Today, it would tell me that the news is bought and paid for media, right? So, but if I go to other news sources, I don't see that. Okay, let me go into my thing, okay, and let's see what comes up on my Let me see what comes up here. This is a bunch of music. I usually get news stuff, really bizarre news stuff. But they're pushing me into the news, right? They're pushing me into something that I don't want to know about. Oh, what's going on here? Chicago Teachers Union votes to cancel in person. Hold on, let me see what this is.
The Omicron variant served as a
Omicron.
A CDC panel late today.
Omicron. In-person learning. So Chicago is canceling in-person learning. There it is, right there. So this outlet here, these guys are 100% bought and paid for because they became verified. Right? Usually when you see a verified page, you know it's bought and paid for. If you go to my Facebook page, I have roughly 120,000 followers on Facebook on my fan page, which was never deleted. I've had it since pretty much 2012. And it's the only one that stayed. YouTube's deleted channels for me. Everywhere's shut down my media, whatever. But it's the only one. But they won't verify my Facebook page because I'm not an accredited person. Right? Mike, 1,500 media outlets received $80K each in 2021 by the Canadian government, reported by Rebel News last week. Okay, good. Because I remember the reports going back a year and a half that the Liberal government was bailing out the CBC and all those Canadian, like $600 million. Not 600, 60 million. Was it 600 million? No, 60 million. $60 million. And then after they bailed them out again, $30 million. And then all of them received incentives. In France, 8 or 9 billionaires own 95% of the media, but those billionaires are like friends with Macron. Yeah, see, the problem with Macron is, here's the problem with these people. Macron, Scotty Morrison, Jacinta Ardern, Justin Trudeau, even what's that old fart's name? Joe Biden. Those guys, everybody in the country will go when they don't even want to go out and, how do you say, campaign anymore. They don't have to. They'll go out, they'll get booed, they'll get thumbs down, they'll be like, talked to really badly. People will throw tomatoes at them, right? And they can't even go out and campaign. That's how bad it is. But then the election comes, and then they win. And that's how I called back in January of 2020. I said the Liberals are going to call a snap election, and they're going to win. And I knew they were going to win, and that's going to put JT in power for another 4 years now. So he's got another 3 years, 9 months to go, right? So it makes you wonder, right? It's all rigged. That's right, it's all rigged. But the problem is that we have is that once the government gets restructured and everybody gets taken out, people in positions like that lady, I keep picking on her, that lady there in Australia, that kind of fat one, that was a health minister and a big upper echelon there, she wasn't voted in. But when she was being investigated for fraud 4 or 5 months ago, she left. And I thought, oh, good riddance. Maybe, she'll end up starving because no one's going to hire her because she's useless. And no, she's not going to open her own business. Okay. Now she's transportation minister in Australia. That's the problem. You get a bunch of people that don't qualify for nothing because they could never work in the public sector, right? A lot of government workers know they will never get hired in the public sector, in the private sector. Public sector workers will never get hired. Like, they can never just come here and they'll come here, public servants will come here and tell me how to run my business and tell me to F off and put me in my place because they have the power. You get me? But none of them will ever come and open their own business because they won't take the risk and they know they suck and nobody will hire them. Yeah, it's getting very toxic. Yeah, that's right. Mr. Inc. Is that Inc? Or IMC saying, yeah, totally. And you should see how Macron talks to French people, especially the unvaxxed. Same thing with Trudeau. He, on Mike in the Night, guys, go watch Mike in the Night, 409, 410. Catch up on Mike and the Knights. We were talking about the whole way Trudeau was talking about the unvaxxed are criminals and blah, blah, blah. But here's the problem. None of these people up top ever took this thing. They never took it. They never took it. But they're making everyone else take it, and they're calling them criminals for not taking it. And they're calling them, whatchamacallit? They're calling them, terrorists. So they're not taking it. Woo! All right, that's Trudeau's buddy. So we got Brian Lewis in the house. You should read Democracy, The God That Failed. You might like it. That's Trudeau's buddy. Yeah, we're getting people rolling in here. Omicron shutdowns happening. Remember, cases don't mean deaths, folks. Oh, I can't wait till Odyssey allows me to stream like this on my phone. Everyone's abandoning jumping ship on YouTube. Everyone's starting to go to Odyssey and Rumble. I think there's one called Rockfin. I applied for that one, and they told me I wasn't, my channel doesn't qualify. I'm like, what if I could send you clips of 50 other channels using my material after the fact that I've said it on my channel? Yeah, but we don't need you on here. I'm like, okay. Because a lot of it comes from here. A lot of the shit you see on YouTube, when it comes to what's happening, is getting picked apart off this channel. When I was telling people back in April of 2020 that they're going to blame, when they're already talking about a rollout of the injection, and I said that people are going to start blaming they're going to force this. They're going to, I didn't say mandate. I didn't say that word. I said they're going to force this on people, and the people that don't take it are going to be shamed. And they're going to blame the people that don't take this on the people, they're going to blame it on the people that don't take this on the people. You know what I'm saying? Muzzle flash. The Northern Territory has put all unvaxxed in home detention. I think YouTube blocked my reply. You know what? I saw that, and I replied to you when I asked you to send me a link. So the Northern Territory is right now in Australia is on, I don't know, that little prickly balls guy there. It looks like a prickle balls, like a cactus with fuzz on it. That guy, I saw that guy, and he's really reaming the people in the Northern Territory, because I know back in 2019, we did a Mike in the Night. It's still up. Northern Australia, Big Brother is watching you. We did a Mike in the Night special where they were bringing in the social credit score and the camera system to the Northern Territory of Australia in the Darwin area. We did a whole 3-hour show showing the technology, what's happening. We had a bunch of callers in, and we're talking about how basically what's happening and what's rolling out in Northern Australia. This is early 2019, right? So Australia is a an autonomous region of China for now. Let's see what happens with Taiwan. Canada is going to be launching a really big advertising in Taiwan to basically bring your money to Canada, because like they did in Hong Kong. Canada's going to be fighting with Australia, New Zealand, and the UK and the blue states for Taiwanese people with money to come over. They're going to be fighting tooth and nail like they did for Canada. I don't know who won the Hong Kong. I don't know who won that one. I'm going to do an independent video on the Hong Kong Exodus and who won that. I think Canada and Australia may have won the money laundering wars by bringing in the most people with money, regardless if it's legal or anything. I don't know. I think Canada may have won because they've only caught $52 billion. No, $42 billion in Canada. So I'm kind of on the fence if Australia got more, because Australia doesn't really report this stuff. So it could be a crazy number. But I know Canada was $42 billion was brought in from Hong Kong. Now that Hong Kong is drying up for money, Trudeau, Scotty Morrison, Jacinta Ardern, they're going to be saying, leave Taiwan alone. We love the Taiwanese. They're going to say that on purpose so they can get money over, and they're going to be advertising for Taiwanese to come in to the Commonwealth or into the English-speaking world that's falling apart. But that's what they're going to want to do. So once Taiwan falls, then they're going to start promoting Japan. Come on, get over here to Australia, or come on, get over to Canada. It's safer here. And that's what they're going to be doing. They're just going to keep moving that cycle forward, right? They laid off 7,000 Cineplex workers. Toronto locked down everything. Yeah. Yep. Yep. And last year, sorry, in 2020, not 2021, I don't have the numbers yet, but 2020, 206,000 life-saving surgeries were postponed. And I got the email from the lady I read to you guys where her son died. He was postponed. He was supposed to have a surgery in 2019 in December. They postponed it. And then March, for March, they postponed it. And I think it was in 2021, January, they postponed. No, 2021, February, they postponed it, and then he died. So they're blaming the people that didn't get the jab because they're not allowed in movie theaters, or they're not allowed in. So they're blaming them for the failure of movie theaters. They're always going to blame the people that didn't take the jab. But it is what it is, guys. What could we do? We could learn a lot from this. That's for friggin' sure. That's for friggin' sure. We could learn a great deal of what's been going on in the last 2 years. Mind you, I've been promoting and waking people up as much as I could, humanly possible, to let people know that this started happening in 2010. And the buildup got so big. Remember? 2017, the year of the repo market. 2018, Operation Twist. Historically low interest rates. Devalue the currency. Print money. 2019, the year of the protest. 2020, oh my God, the world's protesting. Lock it down. The year of the lockdown. 2021, the year of the blood clot. 2022, it's going to become the year of the protest now. People will start getting hungry. And like I said, not other channels, when people have nothing left to lose, and you strip them of everything, and they have nothing, the only course they have is to fight back. I said that years ago. And I stole that from the Furious 5 Fast and Furious movie, when that Brazilian millionaire billionaire was talking to the Spanish and says, I don't want to deal with the Spanish. And the reason why they speak Portuguese in Brazil is because the Portuguese came with a different approach when they came to colonize. And that's why they speak Portuguese in Brazil. I heard that high-income men are refusing to date vax women. Say that they are fertility risk. Yeah. Yes, people have nothing to lose. That's why all Brazilians speak Portuguese. And I took that quote from there, and two big channels took that, and they're heroes for saying that. Oh well, I'm not on YouTube to be. Sorry guys, I'm just tying my shoe. I'm not on YouTube to be a hero. I'm just here to talk turkey. I got a really good email from someone the other day. They told me that you're the only guy that actually acknowledges his subscribers and his people. Like, there's not a lot of you. This person emailed me to tell me, I've never seen any channel on social media where you are so involved with everybody in your channel, or you know them, or they know you, or they can come and find you. I am probably the only guy on social media that's against this whole thing that could be available to see anybody at my store. There's a lot of people talking the talk, but you can't find them. You can't go visit them at any time. My door is open right there. All the time. 2022 is the year of the boosters. No, I think there's the narrative is collapsing in New Zealand, says Margaret O'Brien. I'm glad Mike is kind of safe in his situation. I got nothing to hide. There's nothing. I mean, you know, I already get a lot of people coming in here and putting me in locals in town. They don't even know I have a YouTube channel. A lot of people do come in and put me in my place. Put me right in my place where I belong. And, It's just a common thing that happens here since I opened this business. But all in all, that's just about it. And that's forming opinions. Because of the amount of harassment I took from another store in town that's been telling me and my kids and my wife off on video and all this other stuff, you could plainly see it. Even in the pharmacy footage and all the other footage that we got, it's forming an opinion. So I'm here to form an opinion. I'm forming an opinion too. So if I look at that guy from the Northern Territory in Australia and says that guy looks like a piece of shit, or he looks like garbage, forming an opinion. That's what it is. Because you see, I wouldn't be so harsh on some of these political figures the way I am on Mike in the Night if people weren't, if I didn't know how harsh people could be to like a small business owner in a small town. Now I'm very harsh at forming opinions. Mike, how do you tie your shoelaces with that belly? No, guys, look. I am on a very special Mike Martin's diet. And I started it, when did I start it? Right after the New Year, pretty much. I come into the store, I have a tea, coffee, maybe eat 2-3 cashews, and then go home and have dinner like a normal dinner. And that's it. I'm done for the day. And then I'm intermittent fasting, too. So I don't eat after 6. So I come in. Today I might eat some... I don't think I'm going to eat today, actually. I'll eat when I get home. I don't need to eat. There's no point. I have no point in eating. Like, I eat to maintain, stay alive, add some fuel. Yeah, fasting is the best. I noticed that it's the best. Lichens. Oh, this town is, yeah, it's about, I think I'm the only, my family, and I think another family, or like 2 or 3 people I know of that are not jabbed. No, I eat real food when I get home. Probably some steak or who knows what's for dinner. But you got to work it. It's just like anything in life. You got to work it, right? You want to lose weight, you got to work it. You got to put yourself through the trials. So I'm just here on the news trying to see what's going on, what is being told, what they're telling us here. Yeah, peanut butter is a good filling option. Yeah, the real peanut butter with that oil on top. That peanut butter is good. It's good for your heart. It's good for your brain. I don't know if you guys know George Washington Carver, the peanut man, the man who studied the peanuts in depth. That guy was good. He found so many uses for peanut oil. It's phenomenal. Yeah, Ontario crazy, Kazakhstan crazy place. Everywhere's going to be a crazy place. So here it is, guys. I want to show this to you guys, if that's okay. I brought this up many times, but here it is, 2019, a year of protest. This is from December 28, 2019. And basically the entire world was at protest. All these countries plus more. And they had to shut this down because a lot of the leaders were being made. A lot of the leaders were being made. A lot of them were being called out. A lot were being called out on their BS. Right? The blatant stupidity was just too blatant. It was just too obvious. And people were smartening up. And that's why the entire planet was protesting in 2019. So Kazakhstan, hold on. Picture Kazakhstan in half the world. That's what half the world was doing. What Kazakhstan is doing today. Half the world. We had Iceland protesting. I don't know if you remember that. Iceland started back in 2015 when they arrested all the bankers and everybody in Iceland and put all the politicians in jail. After that, it was just protesting started getting bigger till it reached a climax in 2019 where almost every country was at protest some way, somehow, somewhere against local governments. And then governments just said, you know what, we're done. They try to solve the problem by obviously creating more problems, right? Open borders, taking the people's weapons away um, to protect them and their families, right? A majority of people have weapons to protect themselves against tyranny, against the government, right? That's why people have weapons. Like yeah, I'm going to protect my home. I got to protect, but a majority of the people that would do harm to you in your life are government institutions. They would come in and say, "Oh, I don't like Mike. I'm going to go ahead and audit his books, and I'm going to ruin him, and I'm going to put him. I'm going to start fining him through a government entity that's going to audit me, and that's going to try and ruin my life, right?" No governments don't no the governments don't try to solve problems, they create them. That's what they do. They try to create and disenfranchise the fabric of society and ruin what we've built over these years, right? The Europeans came for a better life in the 1600s. They came for a better life because they wanted to escape the oppression of Europe. And they set up a constitution in the United States for the people, by the people. In God we trust. And from there, a lot of Western countries were based off Christian principles, the Ten Commandments, and all that stuff. Very important. Not to kill your neighbor, not to commit adultery, not to steal, not to lie. And that basic those basic principles. If you follow those 10 basic principles, it's not that hard to live a nice, humble, happy, good life, right? So, Sheridan Forbes saying, "Thank you, Mike, for speaking the truth." What happens when they start turning to each other for profits? No, they won't, because the private sector is going to be depleted. That's the wiping of the middle class. So then everything becomes federalized. I said this, I've been saying this for years. The governments want to federalize the world. The shipping, they want to federalize shipping so bad. We did a Mike in the Night a year ago, how we're having the shipping issues, right? This is a year ago, not last year, a year ago. How there's where we're seeing disruptions in food supply and we're seeing disruptions in the logistics of it, right? And the shipping overseas. So they basically wanted to fail so the governments could say, "We'll fix this." The government will come in. They want to federalize the shipping. Once they federalize the shipping, they could decide what areas get what food and what areas get what provisions. And then from there, they could decide. So they want everything federalized. I told you guys, in 10 years, and I said this a few weeks back, Costco, Walmart's, they're going to be forced into bankruptcy once the middle class gets all shut down. They're going to be forced into surprise audits because what they want to do is they want to federalize the Walmarts, federalize the Costcos, federalize everything. I don't mind if the airport is federalized. That doesn't bother me. But when I go shopping everywhere, it's going to be a government drugstore, a government food store. Watch. Mikey, Ontario's going to shit, my friend. Yeah, I got it. I left Ontario when there was the big deportation of the Portuguese. When the Portuguese were being deported in 2006, 7, and 8, 9, I left in 2005, and I went to live in Florida for a bunch of years. They were just deporting entire families. It was a mass purging of families. So I said, you know what? I don't want to be part of a society that we built the infrastructure, but now they don't want us in the infrastructure. So now everything's going to be made in China and Canada. Everything. Chinese drywall, Chinese material, rebarb, everything. And guess what? It's going to fall to the ground. Don't believe in one world government. Bill Gates says in his early 2020 video about the pandemic that they will have guys in yellow suits flying wherever there is a COVID. Yeah, COVID case. Kind of like the board game Pandemic. Mike, do you think out east will be okay in Canada, or is it better to head to South America? Well, it depends where you are in South America, right? You people. Okay, this is my advice. You're gonna want to go to a place in South or Central America where people are policing their own neighborhoods, because I know 2 or 3 decently sized cities in Mexico where the people are policing it now. The people go on patrol. Families, worker, people come home from work, or some people would come home from work and go patrol the streets, and people are actually taking care of their own, which is supposed to be the way. And no one's breaking in. There's no violence. There's no breakdown in society like you're seeing in Chicago or Philadelphia. New Zealand government used to own shipping, but it became impossible to run too many strikes. Yep. And that was organized, the strikes. The strikes were organized to create dismantle the shipping in New Zealand so the Chinese could come over and buy it and put their own ports. Right? There's Chi-coms everywhere. There's Chinese agents everywhere looking to destroy. Went to school with a lot of Portuguese, great people. Yeah, they're dying off now. The Portuguese culture is dying off in Canada now. You need to go to a different planet. 400,000 satellites planned to launch. Will take us all out. Yep. Amerifornia is here. Young Canadians, save up as much as you can and leave the country. A man who pays taxes in a land and can't afford a home is a peasant and a slave to landowners. Homes cost much more. Yeah, you got to save 30 years to put a down payment on one-bedroom condo in the city of Toronto. 8 months of the year it's cold, and everybody hates you there. You step out on the street in downtown Toronto streets, people look at you and they want to punch you in the face. That's the look you get. Why? Why is everyone so aggressive in these cities? Because they're broke, they have no money, and everything they believed in, especially people that took out student loans after 2006, are screwed. Because they're starting to realize that, yeah, there's no jobs, there's no this, there's no that, there's no organization. I was promised this if I got this and I did well. Luckily, I can't read, and luckily I did terrible at school. When I was in high school, put your hand up if you speak Portuguese. Go to the back of the class, we don't care about you. I'm not joking. You think I'm kidding? You think I'm kidding? Yeah, get land rich. Blue states are shit. Blue states, again, blue state, New York, California. Seattle came late, and Oregon came late. Once Vancouver put the foreign buyer's tax in 2017, when they put the foreign buyer's tax in the city of Vancouver, BC, Canada, all the Chinese went to Seattle and went to Toronto and effed up those two cities. Destroyed them with foreign money. And then Oregon got hit. And then all those other states got hit really hard. And Northern California got hit pretty hard too. So all those got hit with foreign investing. Huge. They destroyed Washington State. I have a friend that messaged me from Washington all the time. He's like, Mike, he messaged me in Spanish and says, oh yeah, Mike, this is bad, man. You were right. I did not think there was going to be so many empty apartments and so many empty homes in Seattle like you were talking about back in 2017. I thought you were kidding. The sad part, it's true. Canada has gone down so far, so fast. Well, when you bring in a communist regime in, or when you bring in Chi-coms in to park their illegal fentanyl money in our country, you're going to have that problem. And when you have leaders that are competing for wealthy Chinese money launderers to bring their money in, you've got a major issue. Yeah, lots of people are leaving Ontario. You think out west is a better place to live, Mike? No. You see, where I live here, it's extremely liberal. It's very government. Like, I have people come in and they're like, oh, hopefully in the next... People would come in and like, I have a guy that works in the public sector, okay? He works a government worker. He comes in, oh, I'm just coming in to check on you to make sure you're still alive because I know you didn't take the shot. And then there's people, like, betting to see if I'm going to die from not taking the vaccine, right? So that's the town I live in. Like I had somebody come in twice already to check and see, oh, you're still alive? I'm like, yeah. Well, you're not vaccinated. I'm like, no. It's like, oh, okay, I thought you'd be dead by now. So out here, Vancouver's worse. Vancouver is terrible. There's a video I put up on my channel called 10 Reasons Why I Love Vancouver. Terrible. Everybody, it's become more China now in Vancouver. I could bring up the article, Vancouver turning into China. There's an article from the mainstream media that the country's become more of that antisocial, rude, butting in front of people in lineups, and entitled. Huge in fucking entitlement there. Huge in fucking entitlement in Vancouver. Let me find that article for you. So we don't have much. We don't have much left. Less than. Okay, so we have approximately 2.5 million in the province. Let me see here. Vancouver's become transformed by Chinese. This is just regular news. I'm not making this up. This is back in 2019. So this is like not, very antisocial, very snobbish, very, and I don't have any problems with the Chinese people and the Chinese culture. My ex-girlfriend was from China. It's not that. It's the communist approach of things, the oppression that gets brought over. The oppression is what's destroying the West. Look at Australia. Sydney used to be a kick-ass city 25 years ago. That's why they're hoping that people like me and people of my generation starts to die off quick. They want us out. Because if we start telling people, teenagers, that were born after 2020, and say, oh yeah, back in the day you could work packing groceries back in 1981 at 16% interest and pay your house off in 5 years, they'll look at you like you're full of shit. Yeah, Alberta's finished. The mayors of both major cities in Alberta, they're not even Canadian, and I don't even think they were born in Canada or Europe. Or Australia, or the UK, or New Zealand, or you know what I'm saying? So Canada's screwed. And then when you see the bullshit like Calgary votes in, watch this. Calgary votes in fluoride in the water. Here, watch this. Here it is. You probably think I'm making this crap up. Here it is. Calgary votes yes to fluoride, daylight savings, and split. So they voted to put, voters turned out to support adding fluoride back into the city's tap water, with roughly 2/3 of the ballots marked as yes. So there it is. So when you have a nation of people that are voting to put in fluoride in their water, so when people start to become sick and frail, they're going to say, well, you voted this in. You wanted this fluoride. We asked you. Yeah, fluoride is a massive toxin. It's garbage. Destroys your teeth, creates weakness in the bones. It creates like early stages of dementia if you take in too much. Someone's saying, why, mi Dios? Remember, you have to leave because you're not approved media. Alberta has turned into Ontario with a cowboy hat. Yeah, big time. Big time. They want to go green. They want the energy sector shut down. And they want everyone living off soil and green, right? Soil and green is people. They're eating people. All politicians are on the take. All of them. All of them. When I ran for city council here in town, I dropped out not even 3 days in the run. All my, like, the speech and everything that I wrote, if I was to be voted in, that was going to be printed in the paper, was completely taken, and then everyone took what I was saying. Mike, check. I don't see a link there, buddy. Mike, check out my link. There's no link. I think because you're on live chat on my phone. Mike, check out that link. You're going to have to just email me the link, guys. MikeMartins1980@gmail.com. Any hope for Arctic Canada? None event looks big as... The problem is, like here, where I live in BC... There's this dispute. Oh, you're on my land, or this, that. You ruined this, and you stole our land. Mentality here. None of it will be worse, even though none of it's been selling off its. I think it sold one of its big gold mines to China, and a big coal mine to China. Yeah. Don't forget your rights come from God, not man. Exactly. God-given rights. You're born. You're born with the right, the freedom of expression, the freedom of assembly, the freedom of the press, the freedom of speech. That's the first time I heard you swear, Mike. Oh, Michael O2? Go to Mike in the Night and hear me swear. Go to Mike in the Night on Odyssey. Go to Odyssey, ODYSEE.com. Go to Odyssey.com. Type in Mike in the Night. We're on episode 410. We can't do Mike in the Night here on YouTube. You go hear me swear over there. Go to episode, was it 407, guys? Was it 407? Well, where I was ready to start ripping shit apart? Oh, you guys have no idea. David Xavier is joining us. I believe that they bought a diamond mine and a mineral mine right for jade. Yeah, that was up in Nunavut. Yeah, the Chinese bought up. And I think the Chinese bought up 2 more gold mines in Canada this year. So, and we have a lot of Chinese that watch this channel that agree with me, that say, Mike, we don't want Canada becoming China. Keep going. We're on your side. Linda saying, I heard you swear lots. Oh, yeah, go to Mike in the Night. What's the email? It's Mike Martins, MikeMartins, 1980, @gmail.com. Go ahead and send it to me. I'll open my email in a few minutes here. I'm going to be, let me go unlock my door and see if anyone shows up early. I don't think no one's coming early to buy games. But I got the floors mopped. I got everything clean. Garbage taken out. Dishes washed. Shoveled the snow outside. Let's open her up here, guys. Oh, it's snowing again. God bless America. Well, door's open if anybody wants to come in and buy some board games. Sell lots of them. I sold quite a few games yesterday, too. Open sign. The Lordan territory has been approved for several mines, even before they moved the Aboriginal people off their lands. Good lad, Mike. What? God lad, Mike. Gold heads up Firefox Exploration Corp. Mike, do you ever sell or play Warhammer 40k? No, we play War Machine. We play this one. It's cheaper, and you can scrimmage. We play this. War Machine. We don't play Warhammer. Warhammer's too expensive, and there's another store in town that does it, and if I do it, he'll probably kill me. I'm not joking. I'm being very, very conservative by saying he will kill me. I am cheering for you, Mike, and I watch when I can. Get over to Odyssey, guys. Go to Odyssey. Odyssey is where you really see good discussion and good colors on Odyssey. Godlike and good lad. Fox.ffox.v. I guess that's a ticker. I like War Machine, says Rusty Ben Thamer. I keep getting that name wrong every time. Yeah. Mike, the only thing I hate about you is that you are a Porto. Oh, FC Porto. Yeah, I've been an FC Porto fan since I was born. My dad likes Benfica, but I'm an FC Porto. I love FC Porto. What else is going on out there, guys? So it's this bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's all BS. So when you got, okay, election results for the city of Calgary. So it's like when people are not from the country get voted into positions of power, you got to start worrying. Every day it gets worse. It's a slow downward spiral down here, down the toilet, Mike. Every day it gets worse. So I am, I don't know what to do, guys. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say it. I don't even know, what's right anymore. Like, I know what's right. I know what my morals and I know where my values stand. Are we going to see 2022 the year of the protest again? That's the question. That's what I've been, and I think we are. I think we are. 2019 was the year of the protest, and I think we're going to actually start to see this again all over the world.
Protesters put on their yellow vests and demanded better pay and an end to rising prices. In Sudan, the people brought down the 40-year regime of a genocidal dictator. In Haiti, they demanded the president's resignation and the prosecution of corrupt officials.
See?
And in Hong Kong, demonstrators started by standing up to the Chinese authorities over an extradition law and expanded their demands to include more democracy.
The older generations.
Oh! Oh! I'm sorry, guys. You have to see that. I'm very sorry. But 2019 was the year of protest. They needed to shut it down quick in a heartbeat. Pull the trigger on a pandemic. We said that in the summer of 2019. Summer of 2019. They're going to pull the trigger on a pandemic. And look what happened. Mike, when you are going, get to your own land. Mike in the morning. Greta the Gripper muzzle flash is laughing. And then we have 2022 will be the takedown of all psychopaths once and for all. You see, in 2019, a lot of the world leaders were shaking in their boots. They were scared because they saw what happened in Iceland when the entire government and the police and all the got arrested. They got locked up by the citizens. The citizens put them in jail and kicked everybody out. Yep. We have to make it so we do. Mystic Beast Productions wrote a really nice book, and she sent me a copy of it, and I dabble in it once in a while. I've read it cover to cover, but I dabble into it once in a while when I see it on the shelf, and I appreciate a lot for that. Power to the people. Oh, Australian Open tournament. Now they're holding this tennis player. Pretty much, it's falling apart. The narrative is falling apart. So yeah, here in town, there's one guy that comes in. A guy works for the government. Comes in, checks to see if I'm still alive, and the jealousy that people have is like, dude, I work for myself. I've always worked for myself. Most of my life. Most of the world has lost their mind. The nihilistic, evil doers, control freaks, obsessed with power, profits, control, and their total immoral, useful idiots everywhere have made sure of it. That's it. And the problem is, you see, you get rid of some of these political figures, they end up becoming food and tourism minister. That's the problem. They don't disappear. They don't go start a business. Go do something. If you know everything and you know how to run people's lives, like picture Rachel Maddow trying to start her own real business with no funding and trying to see how far she gets with it. Like these people that like to tell people what to do have no clue. Mike, why haven't citizens lost the ability to think critically? Do the older Canadians who own the property care if their children can't afford to become homeless, or is that for the young people to leave? You know what? A lot of the older people in Canada have been living off of their homes as ATM machines, right? So they've been living off the equity for so many years, right? Canada is too divided to protest. That's what they want. Mass formation psychosis. Yeah. Yeah. I've been talking for an hour now. Drinking my tea. Yeah, guys, I'm on a new diet. I'm just I'm just gonna limit 70% of my food intake. I don't need to eat as much as I do. There's no point for me to eat as much as I do, and I've been overeating way too much, especially over the holidays. So now I'm gonna start. I'm really gonna sit back and literally eat once or once 1.5 times a day. There's no. Quebec will be the sign of things to come. Yep, the official young Canadians get the hell out. I guess I'll get he. Eating wastes time. Amazing Polly did a great video on mass formation psychosis. Here, I'll show you guys a video. I was looking through my old Mike in the Nights. Watch this, guys. Let me go to my YouTube channel. Let me go to YouTube here. Let me go to your channel. Watch this, guys. So I was going through old videos. Watch this. Mike in the Night from 4 years ago. And I talk about that. Watch this. Oh, is it this one? No. Wrong one. Let me see if I could find the episode.
So if you're awake,
Yeah, here we go. Look at this. Mike in the Night, mass government misinformation via climate change lies to control us. And that's from 2017. And then it goes on to say, a mini ice age coming soon, says math professor Soros. Then it goes into here, Australia shivers for the first days in June. Cold this morning. Watch this. New Zealand's polar blast explained. Governments will use this to create climate lockdowns and shut down populations in the near future and blame overpopulation. So yeah, so this is an old show from old Mike in the Night from 2017. So this is something we've been talking about mind control here on the show for many years. A lot of my episodes have been taken down. Several hundred of them actually have been taken down from the channel. So that's why now everything is starting to back up on Odyssey and trying to make sense. Yeah. Look, Deutsche Bank problems. Darwin takeover with social credit. Look at this. Look at this.
commercial.
Mike in the Night Live. Watch this. Mike in the Night, mass exodus from big cities. No. Hold on. Let me. Where's that episode I just showed you guys? Where's Darwin? Here we go. Look at this, guys. It's from 2019. Darwin takeover with social credit score and 5G. And recently there have been reports of smart city plans for Darwin from the Chinese social credit surveillance system. And blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so there it is right there. We've been talking about this. And we go in depth with this, with a lot of the footage that they're using.
At this point aren't political.
That's Supreme Canon on the phone with me.
At least you can go to court and attempt to get some kind of redress for it. You're not going to get that in China. They're going to tell you what your social credit score is, but they're going to have to hone it as well. I mean, if
you guys got to check this out, Darwin takeover. I don't know what episode of Mike in the Night is. This must be maybe 200 and something. Way back in 2019, early 2019, right? I'm just trying to see what else is here. Disappearing middle class. Middle class can't afford food. When was this? Middle class can't afford food. Mike in the Night, July 2019. So, do you guys see the build up to 2020 when they had to lock it down? It was already people couldn't afford to buy food in 2019. So they had to usher in something because people were way over leveraged. They borrowed too much. They had to compete with the money launderers from China. So Mystic B says, you've had your fingers on the pulse for years when others were fast asleep. Have 4 mortgage-free houses in New Zealand, leaving to live in the Philippines with partner for cheap living, putting up rents 25%. Stuff you, Jacinta. Climate change causes racism. So there it is right there. Guys, try and pick up old episodes of Mike in the Night if you can. There it is there. Like lots of episodes. And look. Mass riots all over the world. Mike of the Night. Look at that. Mike of the Night, Hong Kong and Argentina in protest. So we're covering specific countries in protest. Again, 2019. So look what was happening in Hong Kong.
Donald Trump, he said going to...
And let me see what else, if I could get the big one with the burning banks here. This was all in 2019. There were burning banks. And then we have, let's see if we can find the Argentina one here, where Argentina was pretty much burning to the ground. See if I could find it here. You always click on the, look, lots of violence breaking up across the United States with the Proud Boys and banks on fire.
Economically, the Americans will terminate the tax and then, see.
So it was a problem in 2019, and it had to be addressed with a virus and lockdowns to save your life, to save humanity. Keto Diet Mike had 7 barbecues in the heat here last week. I think their next move would be shutting down the internet. Yeah, they're going to have to. They can't keep this going because the more people, once the people start realizing that they've been had, it starts to multiply through people. People start telling others, and then at the workplace. That's why they tell you when you go to Thanksgiving dinner or when you go to Christmas season, avoid talking to your family. Avoid talking to people. Because then people are just going to start realizing that they've been had, right? But anyways, guys, I've been talking for an hour now. Share this video if you'd like. But I'd really recommend you go to Odyssey to see Mike in the Night, if you don't mind. And subscribe to me on Odyssey. Do you know why? Because every time you watch my videos, you get paid for watching my videos, and then you could donate that crypto so I could promote my videos. That crypto everyone donates to me on Odyssey, I actually use that to, how do you say, reinvest it in my videos so that it can be found, you know. Slow segregation war between the walking zombie TV watchers and the rest. Ciao, man. Have a great day. Armor of God. Kazakhstan shutdown comes. Well, again, Kazakhstan is the tip. It's just the beginning. We're at the top of the iceberg. Watch when it starts. Watch when we get to the level of the water, and you see what's below the iceberg and how big it is. Watch. It's gonna. The governments are gonna push for full federalization of everything. Shipping, transportation. They want the airlines to go bankrupt so they could federalize it all. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. I'm not taking this from other channels. I don't even watch other YouTube channels. I'm going to continue watching The Sopranos. I'm on season 4. I'm going to continue doing what I do. I don't watch other channels to steal ideas. You're hearing it first. The government wants to federalize the world, and that's it. From shipping to grocery shopping to transportation to everything. They want everything to go bankrupt so they can take it over and buy it on pennies on the dollar and have everything basically the public sector world. Yeah, jumping jacks. I'm just gonna cut back on my. I do get physical at times here at work, doing my thing, shoveling snow, doing all kinds of stuff, walking around the store. But yeah, I got to get more physical with certain things. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna sign off. I gotta hit the bathroom. I really appreciate your support and being part of the channel and sharing. Go to Odyssey, get that out there. Get a lot of the people triggered. Triggered! And we'll talk soon. God bless. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Saturday night, Mike of the Night on Odyssey, episode 411, I think. God bless, cheers, and we'll be seeing each other soon. Thank you. I have spoken.